Welcome to Invictus Porsche. I'm a huge fan of the Porsche 997.2 in base, and this one in particular has everything that I would personally want in a 997.2. I've always been a massive fan of the rawness of the 997.1 base, but you know, if I can get a 997.2 in a spec like this with everything this has, which I'll explain it in a little while, and potentially this is everything that you should actually do on your 997.2, and I think it will completely transform and enhance your experience of owning your Porsche 911 and getting the best out of it. Let's press that sports button. You will see.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Just tip it, just touch it. It's crazy.
I see a base 997. What I hate the most is seeing these boxy exhaust systems to it. I hate it, I can't stand it. So I love to see the twin sports tailpipe on a base 997. And I like to see it on a base 997 because you get more out of it, which I'll explain on my test drive in a minute. But what this has is probably as good, authentic Porsche sports exhaust sound, if not actually more gruntier and a slightly bit nicer in that sense, because you know that's what you want in a sports car like this. So what this has, before I illustrate the sound, is the Miltec backpipe, which is the X backpipe, cost about £600, and it's got the Tech 9 car graphics side mufflers, which again cost about £1,000. You combine both of these two items, including labour, you're looking at about £2.5 grand worth of works on it. And let me start it so you can hear it. So from cold, it sounds great, and you know it takes a little while for the revs to drop. And let's actually not wait for the revs to drive, because I do want to illustrate and get going through this review. It is this sound that you get from when you activate your PC system, the Valvetronic systems. It completely transforms how your car feels, how it drives. It even goes to the degree, from a performance point of view, it makes it that bit more punchier, because the Tech 9 car graphics side mufflers and the Miltec X-pipe on the back. So this is this grey muffler here. What it does is adds, you know, according to the specification, a couple of extra BHPs. But this car isn't simply about this sort of optional that's been done to it. It's everything else that this car has to offer, which is the black on black combination, the 19-inch sport design alloys, and I'll tell you everything I need to tell you about the interior and the specification from a mechanical point of view, and a comparison between the base and the S. We've got Martin Kelly here, who's going to join us in for this test drive, and I will drive it, explain the differences between this and an S, and really why you should actually buy this, and why, in my opinion, this is probably the ultimate, probably by far the best 997.2 base that I've ever had in stock. And let's get in there. Go on, Martin, let's just jump in. So right from the get-go, my seat is gone all the way back. All the mirrors are good, nicely adjusted. Well, number one, spec-wise, I'm holding on to this beautiful sports steering wheel. This is the one with paddle shift. This is the steering wheel that most people want to have, and unfortunately it's now become a very expensive optional, whether you're getting it from Porsche or whether you're getting it as an independent. If you're looking to upgrade your standard smooth leather steering wheel to a sports steering wheel, let's just say about 5 years ago, it used to cost about £800, whereas now you're looking into the £1,000 to £1,500. But this car is all about the mechanical optional extras that it has. You've got the Chrono Sport Plus package here, so you've got the Sport and Sport Plus button, and you've got the Passenger button right here. I don't actually need to press either of those buttons to get a more engaging and a throttier and a gruntier sound out of it, because the optionals that it has directly from the previous keeper, who's had it from December 2018, does the business, because at the end of the day, the Tech 9 car graphic side mufflers, they're stainless steel. You will never have to replace them. They are, you know, almost corrosion free. And then you've got the Miltec X-pipe at the back. Again, it's not a cheap thing to do to these cars, especially the 997.2s, because anything exhaust related means you've got to take the whole exhaust, you've got to remove the whole exhaust system. Now, spec-wise, numbers-wise, this, from a BHP point of view, this has let's talk about that engine. This is the 3.6 litre direct fuel injection flat 6 boxer engine. BHP wise, it does 345 bhp. So this is as a base 3.6 litre. Now the 3.8 litre Carrera S, a lot to remember. Now the 3.8 litre Carrera S, which some people tend to sway towards, where they're like, well, if I'm going to spend north of 30 grand, I might as well get the S. But the kind of prices these are at now, with this mileage, you're looking to pay about £45,000 for an S. One, it wouldn't be in this condition. Two, it wouldn't have had the optional works that this has had. And three, this is all in all a very tidy, well looked after car, low owners, a phenomenal service history. But the S, as a matter of fact, offers you 380 bhp, whereas this is 345. So you really are getting an additional, 35 bhp. As a base, you get 390 Newton meters of torque. As an S, you get 420 Newton meters of torque. Now, the 0 to 60 is what most people would say, well, I want to do a lone start. What's this going to do? Well, this is going to actually do 4.9 seconds. It is under that 5 seconds mark. On an S, you're looking at 4.7 seconds. And now, in terms of a top speed, this is at 180 miles per hour as a top speed, and the S would just be probably at about 182 miles per hour. Don't hold me to it. But all in all, I've always found that the bases are more engaging, more fun to drive, and with the sports button press, let's hear the exhaust sound. Let's put this up. Let's see how well we can hear it. It does an absolutely phenomenal job to hold the gears in the second gear and to actually allow the revs to go above 3,000 RPM. So it's phenomenally responsive when you've got the sport button on. But the beautiful thing about the Porsche 911s are, especially one that comes in spec like this, is that there is already those mechanical slight changes to them. And therefore, I don't think you need to be pressing these buttons to get that out of the car, because the buttons already illustrate and prove that point that it can actually be that bit punchier, that it can go that bit faster. But should you need to get a bit of fun out of your car on a day where you're going to be driving it on roads like that, you're able to do that. And additionally, the base don't have PASM as an optional, so this does have PASM as an optional. That what it does is it comes in with your chassis 10 millimeter lowered, because this is what you normally get with an S, and by pressing that button, it stiffens your suspension dampers. This is all from me. We will now let Martin drive it. Is this your first time?
This is my first time.
Okay, so let's hear it from you.
Where's the best way to go? That's the best way to go.
Exact same route.
I wasn't even paying attention, I was listening to you.
That's all right. I'll show you. So Martin, now you're in the driving seat. What does it feel like? I mean, first time in a Porsche 911.
Beautiful, beautiful car. Smooth, great acceleration. When you put your foot down, it moves.
Lovely. Great to hear. Great to hear. I mean, what brought you to this 911? I mean, obviously you're going to go away, think about it, take your time. That's what every new Porsche owner ought to do. I mean, what brought you to it? What sort of attracted you to this 911?
So I've been looking for a 997 Generation 2 for a while. I've been checking Auto Trader, and this one just stood out. The spec was excellent, so really had to go and see it as soon as I saw it. Brilliant car.
Thank you. Well, just give us more feedback, just tell us, how is the steering feeling?
Do I go right here, do I?
Yes, again. How is the steering feeling? This is the hydraulic steering wheel.
Solid steering.
Lovely. Yeah. I mean, those of you that don't know, in the 991 generation, this is in the generation after. Right. What they did is they went away from the hydraulic steering in the 997.2 to the electronic steering, the electronically assisted steering in the 991s. Just carry on going straight, all the way straight. So what are sort of your key things that you look for that you look for in a dream Porsche 911.
We got right here?
No, let's go straight. Yeah.
So, number one, I wanted a 997 Generation 2 PDK. Wife only drives an automatic, so PDK was what we were looking for. So yeah, and I love the black on black on black. Beautiful.
It has that really blacked out look to it.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah. It's really sleek.
Yeah.
Great sound out of the exhaust.
Unfortunately, one of my ears is blocked, so I can't really truly appreciate this. I did drive this a couple of days ago when I did have some hearing in my ear.
Maybe that's why your ears are sore.
Oh, God. Do you know, but what is very key, what is very important to me when it comes to sports exhaust is that I don't like them being drony.
Yeah.
And there's the Sport Design Tech exhaust systems, not the switchable one, just the standard one. I've come to absolutely hate them. I don't think I'll ever put them in a car again.
Really?
Because they're extremely drony. And from a money point of view, like if you wanted to do something with your exhaust in terms of upgrade it, because as on the base as standard on the 997.2, it sounds like a Hoover. It never sounds like this. They're like pathetic. I actually insist you go and hear a standard exhaust on a base 997.2. And so whenever you're looking for this change, you've got these option of the Sports Design Tech, and you've got the option of Miltech and so many other brands. And so far, I'm still in the early stages of learning about all of these exhaust systems. So far, I've got to say that the car graphic exhaust systems are absolutely phenomenal. I've got it on a 996 turbo as well.
Nice.
Haven't yet advertised or reviewed that 996 turbo, but I'm very excited to have that back. It's down at the Porsche specialist we work with, so they're doing a bit of work on it. So if at some point, this isn't the 911 for you and there's another 911 that you're looking at, make sure.
I do like this car, I'll be honest. I do like it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna just like pretend.
No.
I do like it, man.
Yeah.
So
I insist. I mean, this is whereby I spend a bit of time with customers, and I'm like, they're always thinking of like, no, it's okay, let's go. They're always thinking of doing slight little changes.
Yeah.
And let's press that sports button. You will see.
Oh, yeah. Fucking hell, yeah. Just tip it. Just touch it. Crazy.
I know.
Crazy.
And the good thing about it is the minute you press the sports button, both the suspension dampers activate, and you get this more responsive, ready to go sort of a car.
Yeah. Oop.
No, it's okay. You're fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's fine. Really and truly, these cars come alive between 4,000 to 5,000 RPM.
Yeah.
So my friend, you are in safe territory.
I don't want to, take the piss either.
No, it's okay. Absolutely fine.
I haven't bought it yet,
So the air conditioning is absolutely blowing cold as well, by the way.
Yeah.
I never recommend the AC to be running while the car is stationary. Just my preference. It's good to drive it and let it run.
Yeah.
But last time I checked, it was blowing absolutely, bone cold.
Cool. I like it.
No problem. Shall we get Andy to jump in?
Yeah. So you can drive back, yeah? You drive back. No, you drive. You
can drive. I don't have
a problem. It's fine.
So, thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching the video with us, and for bearing with us during this review. Martin's driven the 911.
Thumbs up from me.
And yeah, I mean, how often do you think you turn up to buy a car that you appear on the YouTube channel? I actually thank you for your courage and your confidence to do this with me, because not everybody could do what you do. I really appreciate it, sir. So don't forget to press that subscribe button, and additionally, any money that we make out of the 2 YouTube channels, currently we've got a project running in Afghanistan through a charity where we will be building a learning center. So that's going to cost about $50,000 Over the past 3 months, over the 2 YouTube channels, I think we've earned about £600. So it's a lot of money, and it's going to help us go a long way completing that project. And over the next year, hopefully that learning center will be done and dusted. And if required, I'll put the money forward towards it from our own pocket or from the business. And should you want to donate, the link is below in the description. So Thank you once again. Really appreciate all the support. Really appreciate all the kind, lovely comments. See you in the next video.
Well done.
So just to illustrate that the 911s can indeed be extremely practical. Andy is actually taller than me. He's about probably 5'9", 5'10". I don't know his exact height, but I'm about 5'8".
Yeah.
So he fits in really well at the back.
Yeah.
So
I can collect someone from the airport. I can collect 3 people from the airport with small bags.
small bags.
Yeah.
So I get often asked, yeah, could you get a child in at the back of the 911? Yes, you
Easy.
can. It's a 2+2 setup.
Yeah.
Is it comfortable at the back?
Yeah, that's all right. I can go to the station and back.